So if you don't know what Jira is a task allocation software made by Atlassian that pairs really well with Confluence. So Atlassian builds Confluence for the documentation side of the projects, and in Jira for the task allocation project management side. So to get to Jira, you're on the Confluence made page. Click the little three lines over here for switch apps, and then from there you just click on Jira. And from here, projects, and this shows you all the projects in Jira. So now, the way Jira sorts their issues or tasks is in projects. So each project is a subsystem for us. So like if I go to AeroShell, this is all the issues associated with AeroShell. Now, I'm saying issues, that's what Jira calls tasks. So if you're here issues, it's a task, and a project is a subsystem. So now if we go back, show all projects, and I want to look at door, because I'm going to mess around with some tasks. This is your board. So you're going to have all the to-do tasks or issues over here, and all the in-progress tasks here, and then the done for like the last 15 days or so, 14 days in this column. So if I want to create a task, a little plus sign over here, just like Confluence. And then the summary is actually the title. So I'm going to title it test. And then up here is the project you're in, which defaults to the one you opened it in. And then issue type, the Jira software that we have can only do tasks, so it has to be a task. And then from here, you can drag and drop files to attach them to your tasks. You can add a description, which I highly recommend, and the descriptions should be detailed enough that anyone that wasn't there on the task creation day can pick up the task, be like, oh, this is exactly what I need to do. Or like, I need to talk to this professor to know what I need to do, or whatever. They know who to talk to or know how to complete the tasks from the description. And then the due date, also super critical. Always have a due date, even if it's not that realistic, because with due dates, what they do is allows them to ping on the home pages in Confluence on this Jira micro so that they can see exactly how many things they have to do that week or that month even. So the due date's critical. Description should be descriptive so that you can know what you're doing. The last thing you want to worry about is the priority. Again, this isn't super important, but it's nice to know and sort your tasks. So I'm going to put this at highest priority and then create. And it will create the task right there in the to-do column. Now, the goal is obviously to get from all the tasks in the to-do column to the done column. And I can do that by completing the tasks, and then after I complete them, I can move it over to the in progress. So when I start it, put it in progress, and when I'm done with it, drag and drop it into done. Another way to create an issue is by hitting a little create here, and I'll just call it test 2. And then that way it creates an issue right there, it's already done. But it defaults to having no description and no due date. All it is a title. So if you're going to do it that way, I highly recommend going back in just by clicking on it and then clicking on description and adding one. Test 2, and then the due date's over here and assigning it a due date so that everyone knows when it's due and it gives them a good way to plan around it. And then you hit save and then X, and it created test 2 with the new parameters we gave it. And then again, you can move it over and over. Last thing, Jira integrates really well with Slack. So if you're in Slack, every channel for a subsystem will have its own Jira project linked to it. In this case, I made the door project and linked it to the Jira bot for me. So if I'm in my Jira, it'll show me anytime a task is moved from to do to in progress or from in progress to done. It'll let me know in Slack. So you can see when work's getting done and who's working on it. Another cool thing in Slack is I can type in door, which is each Jira project has its own special code. So the door code is door, the AeroShell project is AS, and so on. They're all pretty self-explanatory, but you kind of have to know them. And again, it'll show up right here. So each task has a specific name of door-5, so it's in the door project and it's issue number 5. So if I'm in Slack, I can type in door-5, and Jira bot will ping it for me and show me exactly what it is. It'll tell me the description right there. That's the name, and if I click on this, it'll open a link in Slack. That'll take me right to the issue page. This is the issue page. So it'll tell me all the activity on it. So when I created it, when I moved it, when I did changes to it. And then from here, I can, again, reopen it because it's in the done column technically. Or reopen and put it into to-do. Also, I can do any stuff I want on the issue from this menu. Also in Slack, if I'm in Slack, I can do !Jira, and Slackbot will give me a link to the dashboard, or all the project boards. And then, again in Slack, any of the codes, so like ArrowShell, AS, will link me directly to the ArrowShell board. And it goes the same for every single one of the subsystems. So if I want to do like wheels, it's WEE, we, and I'll get a link to the wheels board. Other than that, that's